Hey, здравствуйте, товарищи. Let's begin. Okay, so good morning, everyone, or wherever you are. This is 7:30 a.m. here in Canada, Ontario. So let's continue practice some Russian for mathematics. And today we're actually going to pronounce some mathematical expression. So it's going to be exciting. Let's go. All right. So here, I'm just going to pull out the worksheet here. So yesterday we learned a few more consonants. Oh, actually not this one. Yesterday we learned a few more consonants. De, te, and here, where? Okay, actually, there's more. There's, I believe. Hang on. Yeah, this was the notes from yesterday. 1 point. Yeah, actually, start from here. V, f, n, d, t, and some vocabularies, I believe, which is nice. And today we're going to do the next exercise here. These exercises: read and memorize the pronunciations of Latin and Greek letters and mathematical expressions. So here, this D symbol, I guess this is used as a variable, right? This looks like a variable because you see the font between this one, this D here, and the differential D is a little bit different, which is interesting because in British mathematical traditions, little d, when denoting a differential, is upright, whereas in North America is like this. So all the calculus book I used in North America looks like this. So they do not distinguish, say, the differential notation and the actual variable. So it looks like the Russian text also uses a similar notation. So it seems like if you use upright D for differential, that's only a British thing. Anyway, so de, the D sign is just de, and T is just t, te, te. Beta, this is how we say it in English, is beta, beta, where A is stressed. This one is the Greek letter eta. Actually, there's no stress sign. Is it eta or eta? Eta sounds weird, right? So probably eta. It's just like the pointing word eta. And this is, in English, you say theta, right? So there's this th sound. In Russian, there didn't seem to be this sound at all. And many Russian speakers actually reported having difficulty pronouncing the th sound in English. So this is just theta, 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 and is eta. Thank you, спасибо. Tau is, well, it's just tau. So this is tau. So this one is very straightforward. All right. So these are Greek letters. F of U reads F at U, F at U, almost like a singular word, right? Almost like a single word. F at U. F of UV reads F at UV, F at UV, RN, RN. This is the sequence, right? RN, RN. So, RN, the sequence in calculus, real analysis, that kind of stuff. Du, 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 dt, dt, du over dt, or just du dt, reads du por dt, du por dt, du por dt. And d square u, the second order differential, is d 2 u. It's just literally D2U. 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 And okay, so this symbol here, this reads like a Greek letter nu. I don't know, like V seems to have a round. You know what I mean? So when we write nu, it's a pointy thing down here, right? So this is nu, the Greek letter nu. And when we write V, we tend to use a more round, like this. If you want to be really fancy, it reads like this. So yeah, so V should have a more, yeah, this is the velocity V. We use a round curve at the end. So this is V. Okay, but it seems like here we're treating this one as V. That's a little bit confusing. Maybe one would read AN as annoy. Annoy. Or this one, the sequence annoy. Interesting. What's annoy? I guess it's just a curly V. Yeah, a stylistic choice, probably. Yeah. Yeah. So V2 over U2, that's V2 na U2. V2 over U2. V2 na U2. V2 times U2. Hold on a second. These two sound the same, huh? V2 na U2. Na is not pronounced or something. Is this, in spoken language, the expression V2 na U2 may mean either division or multiplication. Whoa, that's the stress is on a. Annoy, annoy, like that. Annoy would be annoy, like that. The sequence symbol, annoy. All right, so here the last expression is V2 na U2. There's a tip says in a spoken language, the expression V2 na U2 may mean either division or multiplication. Okay. Okay. Actually, I think this is more convenient. I'm just going to do screenshots. Okay. And exercise 16, read the mathematical expression. Okay, so I will try to read and write at the same time. So P of UV. P of UV would be P at UV, like this. P of UV would be P at UV. Okay, and sorry. Sorry, got a little bit of a cold this morning. The second, dano, given, dano, D2F, dano, D2F, D2F. Dano D2F is the second exercise. Okay, let's put this down here. Nam dano F at A2 B2. Right, like that. Okay, so I'll try to write it down. I'm thinking, yes, ambiguous or multiplication division always like distinct over in English. Yes. Yeah. So nam dano F at A2, B2. We're given f of a2, b2. Nam dano f at a2, b2. All right. So, and here the third option is this is I would say v m at tau tau n theta, not theta, theta n. Chat says also one might read d square f as d quadrat. It's like square, right? Quadratic. D quadrat f, or def v quadratie. That's is in square, right? Def quadratie. Def quadratie f on the same level as d2 f, like square. Yes. Yeah, it's like quadratic. Very it cognates with other languages. All right. So this one, this complicated looking thing is Vm at tau n theta n. Okay, take some used to, because you already know how to pronounce the Greek letters, and suddenly you need to kind of do the mental translation of seeing how to say it in a Russian way. It's like putting on a thick Russian accent when saying these words. Okay, and the duv over d tau eta. What is this, by the way? Is that a Jacobian? Is it? Guys, is this how you write Jacobian in Russian? I know Jacobian is always kind of, it doesn't have a standard notation in calculus. Just mathematically speaking, what on earth is it? Is this the Jacobian du over d eta, partial derivative? dv over d, no, dv, du over d tau, dv over d eta, dv over d tau. And I don't know if this is a determinant or the Jacobian matrix. It's also ambiguous. Okay. Anyway, perhaps in Russian literature there's standardized notation. In English, you always have to be mindful, although pretty much I think it's clear from the context, okay, whether it's a determinant or it's a Jacobian matrix. I'm going to interpret this as the matrix, but anyway, doesn't matter. The point is pronunciation would be, say, de at u v na de at eta tau. All right. Okay, so there's that. The Jacobian de. I'll try to say it faster. De at u v na. De at u v na. De at eta tau. All right, so here we have a fraction. A over b equals m over n. That would be a na v. What's equal? What's equal? It didn't teach us. Come on. Like, what's the equal sign? Like, it's not in the textbook, no? What's equal to? Guys, help me out. How do you say A over B equals M over N? The book didn't have that. That's unfair, man. Like, how am I supposed to know what equals to? Okay. Google Translate, help me out here, or chat, preferably chat, because let me find out. Google Translate. Say A over B equals M over N. Равно.
А, Б равно М, Н.
Равно. Like равно. Okay. А на Б равно. We'll see new consonants today, actually. Равно. Равно M на N. Say it faster. А на Б равно M на N. Поэтому. It's the full sentence, by the way. Поэтому, therefore, поэтому АН равно ВМ. Okay. Also, it can be равняется. Did I say it correctly? Равняется. Perhaps this is more formal, huh? I think this kind of reflexive verbs are more appropriate for written text. Is that? Yeah. Okay, great. Awesome. Равняется. Let me put it down. Равняется. Okay. Равняется. We'll see some of these new consonants today, actually. Okay, great. Awesome. Let's continue to new material. Okay. New consonants. 1.6 consonant. Consonant. This one, they say it's difficult for foreigners, but I find it okay. It took me some practice to get it, but I think I'm pretty comfortable with this one. This is the rolling R sound. R and L. Okay. Anyway, so that's the two new consonants. The letter R designates a sound roughly analogous to the English R in the word road, but the articulation of R and R are essentially different. The place of articulation of the Russian sound is the same as that of the English T. To articulate R correctly, pronounce pet, make the last sound as long as possible. What? And make the tip of the tongue touch the dental ridge vibrating in the air passage. So, I don't know, like, so the way I practiced this one years ago is to think of the word butter, the English word butter, right? So imagine saying this quickly. So the American pronunciation tends to soften the T or shorten the T or something like that, right? It's like when you say butter, not butter like that, okay? Not like the British butter, like you kind of you tend to just connect the syllables like something like that. But so we just say butter, 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 and you say it faster and faster. It suddenly sound like butter. You this way you manage to approximate, I guess, the Russian r sound, butter, like that. So that's how I got this sound. I remember. And L is just like regular L. All right, so let's take a look at some syllables. First, we have dra, dra, dro, dro, dre, dro, dro, dre, dra. Like that. Dro, dre, dra, dro. Okay, syllables. Okay, and anyway, L. So this looks like a lambda, right? So this is the printed version, kind of like this, like a booth, something like that. I guess the closer is L actually. It's quite funny because the Japanese accent pronounce most of the R as L, and speech therapists in Russian often fix the pronouncing of R for L for kids. I see. Yeah, Japanese accent in does seem to use the L sound a lot, right? So the Japanese person speaking English tend to mix up L and R. Okay, but anyway, I don't think that's a problem for me, thankfully. So let's practice syllables. So this is perhaps the easiest one. La, lo, lu, le. Lo, le, lo, le, lu, la. Okay. Lu, le, la, lo. Okay. You may transform the Russian L into the English sound L. At an early stage, it is better to articulate L in another way. The tip of the tongue touches the lower teeth, and the central part of it is raised to the dental ridge. The sound is articulated by touching the central part of the tongue to the dental ridge. Okay. Anyway, so let's see a bit more. La, lo, lu, le, lo, lu, le, la. Lu, le, la, lo. Okay. Exercise 17. Упражнение 17, right? 17. That's the number 17 in Russian. Read the combination of letters. Mind the pronunciation of the combination of R plus consonant and L plus consonant. Okay, so connecting consonant is always a little bit difficult. So thankfully, I think Russian is not that bad when it comes to connecting consonants. I've seen like way crazier consonants combinations in like say Polish, but yeah, still something to takes a little bit of a practice. Dra. Oh, by the way, the cursives like this. Okay. Dra, dru, tra, tra, tru. Okay. Bra, bro. It's like bro, right? Do you guys say bro in Russian? I guess due to the internet culture, this one perhaps is also in Russian internet slang. Bro. Two is ram, ram. Sorry, mra. No, I mean that's silly. No, that's not like that. That's r m a, rma, 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 rmu, rmu. Yeah, but mostly young ones under 30, yeah. Okay. Draw, 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 ort is ort, ort, orta, orta, orta. 3, blah, 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 pla, plow. Lna, lna. This is weird, huh? It feels a bit odd. Lna, lna, lnu, lnu, I guess. Okay. Yeah, connecting consonant is always a bit awkward for me. This never happens in Chinese. This is the problem. So, connecting consonants never happens in Chinese. Not a singular counterexample. Okay. Um, blah, 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 lana, lanu. Okay, this one feels odd, but I guess you don't see that quite often in words, but hopefully not. Let's just, okay, keep going. Okay, and now we have more words. Excellent. Excellent. More words. Exercise 18. Упражнение 18. Read the Russian words. Mind the pronunciation of the sound R and L. Okay, so first, brat. Brat. Great Russian movie, actually. Brat. Parabola. Parabola. That's parabola, right? Parabola. I guess the N in the LNA would be pronounced like the second N in the N. It's sort of what? Okay, so LNA. 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 I'll just try to read it faster, like LNA. LNA, like that. Okay, so more words. More words. Brat, parabola. 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 This one should be obvious. Parabola. Utrada. Next one, utrada. 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 Okay, this is a new word for me. Although parabola, I didn't know the stress. Utrada. Utrata. Utrata. Utrata is loss. Loss. Okay, I guess it's like how do you say, like, I mean, in statistics you talk about the loss function, like mean square error. Is that an example of utrata? Okay, next word, ravno, equal. Ravno. Работа. Work, job, that kind of thing. Работа. Работа. Para. 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 Is that a word or just a suffix? Para. Suffix. You know, like there's this word in topology called paracompact. There's a notion in topology called paracompactness. Compactness, of course, extremely important. Paracompactness is weaker. Almost compact, like that. Okay, we'll see meaning later. Okay, actually it's pair. Para. Para is pair, actually. Ordered pair. Para. 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 Second syllable is stress. Para is time and period, apparently. So this one's new to me. Rotor. 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 This one is also new. Rotor. Rotor is, it didn't say. Okay, it's not in the, okay, I'll look at the meaning later. Rotor. Romb. Romb. Rom. Okay, this one is also new. Rom. I have no idea what that is. I'll take a look at the meaning later. Okay, so first pronunciation. Romb. Pavarot. 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 Last syllable stressed. Подробно. 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 Middle syllable stressed. Труба. 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 Last syllable stressed. Наоборот. 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 Navarro. Oh, that's conversely. I've seen this word on Duolingo. Navarrot. 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 And finally, drud. Drud. You see this word in a lot of Soviet era posters. Drud. And I think it has a different connotation compared to the word работа. Tруд. Okay. Anyway, so here we have some the meaning of these words. So, brat is brother. Brat is brother. As I said, excellent Russian movie. Go check it out. I mean, if you're Russian, you've probably already seen this many times. Brother. Funny that rotor is denoted rod f, she, what? Read as curl. Yes, in Russian you never use curl. Yes, in Russian it's always rod, right? I've seen this. In some Old Chinese text is also rod because Old Chinese texts are often translated from Russian. She is mispronounced. I mistype. She is. Okay, that's okay. F is read as rod. F is read as curl. Yeah, the curl. This is probably an Anglo thing. Curl means, well, curl. How curvy, or not curvy, but the swirlness in a vector field, right? Rod. It also makes sense because you think about it measures the rotation of the vector field. So the Russian notation also makes sense. Rod. All right. So anyway, so okay. Oh, actually, I missed the earlier chat. No, we have different word for this. The loss function would be функция потери. Oh, that's the loss. Потери. That's the. It's like, yeah, the потери. Yeah. Losses. Функция потери. Okay. Okay. Brat, brother, утрата, loss. Loss. Okay. Равно, equals, is equal to. Thanks to my viewers, I now say equals. Работа. Работа is has many different meanings. Work, paper, and job. Работа. Работа. Work, job, paper. Why am I writing like this? Paper. Okay, and para. Para is pair, couple. Leo from Leo Lecture the other day was teaching me some categories theory, and the example he used is to define ordered pairs, which is interesting. So, sorry, not para is pair, couple, pair couple. Para is time period, para, time period. Para. It's like, is this the period in, say, the period of sine of x is 2 pi? That's is described, you use para to describe this sort of thing. Para. Stress is on the second syllable. Para. Pavarot. Pavarot. Rotation. Pavarot. Rotation. Okay, so we just last week did two streams on 3D rotation. Rotation. Pretty interesting stuff. And there are viewers who requested that I make it into a series of Lie theory, which I cannot commit right now. Okay, there are too many things to do, but maybe down the road. Pavarot. But anyway, pavarot is rotation. Rhomb. Rhomb is very weird. I don't even know this word in English. It says it's rhombus. What on earth is a rhombus? Okay, so unfortunately, English also not my first language. I'll have to look this one up as well. Rhombus. What on earth is a rhombus? It's a geometry thing. Rhombus. My goodness, I didn't know. Because I learned this stuff. I learned elementary geometry in China. I didn't even know this word in English. Rhombus. My goodness. Okay, that's cool. Learn Russian and English together, man. Rhombus. Awesome. No, it would be period. Okay. Period or period. Period sounds more natural, huh? So para is like time to do something, right? Para. Para is like time to do something. Period. Period. Okay. My goodness. Okay, let me just put it under. Period. Russian stress is so difficult, man. In English, you say period, right? The first syllable is stressed. In Russian, is period. 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 Okay. Anyway, that's why we're here. In detail is подробно. Подробно. In detail. Подробно. Подробно. In detail. Подробно. In detail. All right? Probably going to be used a lot. Труба is pipe, duct. Труба is pipe, duct. Pipe, duct. Труба. Okay. Наоборот is conversely. Наоборот is conversely. Наоборот, conversely. Труд, work, labor. Can you explain to me what's the difference between Trud and Labor? I know there's some kind of ideological difference between them, huh? Rabot is more like everyday, but Trud is perhaps is more committed and more passionate or something like that. I have no idea, so please correct me if I'm wrong. Trud is work and labor. Okay. Trud. Uh, I think in Russian there's a saying called it's a patience and labor and overcomes everything, like that. Терпение и труд все перетрут, like that, right? So this is an example of the usage of the word tруд. Okay, as a tip, we remind you that the letter O unstressed is like reduced A, and the letter T at the end of the word is pronounced T. So, for example, do we have an example here? Period. Why am I mixing Cyrillics and English letter? My goodness, period. That would be period. So you would read this like period. Period. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Exercise 19. Read the Russian words. Exercise 19. Lampa. Lampa is lamp. Lampa. Plan. Mama. Mala. Mala. Sorry, mala. 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 All right. Add that. Tala. 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 Etalon. Etalon. Plotna. 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 Okay, also new words. Malo. Malo. Lupa. 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 Luna. Luna. That's moon. Luna. The Earth, the moon, the celestial body, moon. Polo. Polo. Polo is apparently a suffix. Polo. The suffix and poluav. Okay, this one's a long one. Poluavtamat. Poluavtamat. The two stresses actually. Interesting. Poluavtamat. Poluavtamat. And the last one is poltara. Poltara. It should be like that. Poltara. Last syllable stress. Poltara. Okay. Poltara. Anyway, so let's give the meanings. Lampa is lamp. Like your desk lamp, right? So that's lampa. Lampa. And plan is, well, plan. Plan. Okay? In the USSR, there's this government agency or department called the State Planning Committee or something like that. And the word for that is Gosplan, if I remember correctly. So in the Soviet Union, there was this command or planned economy. So the state planned everything, like how much to produce, what are the prices, etc. And there's an agency for that. Plan and mama. Oh, sorry, mala and malo. Mala is feminine. Mala is feminine. Mal is masculine. Malo is neutral. Okay, and they all mean small. I think it's an adverb for small. Dala, she has given. Dala, she has given. Dala. Okay, she has given. This is a verb conjugation. Russian verb aspect also gave me headaches when I first learned it. Okay? There aren't many tenses in Russian, just past, present, future. Okay, unlike in English, there are many tenses, but in Russian you have this phenomenon called a verb aspect, which is no less complicated. Etalon is standard. Etalon, etalon is standard. How do you say things like standard deviation in Russian? Let's see. What's standard deviation in Russian? Okay, standard deviation in Russian, по-русски. Oh wow, what a monster word. Okay, среднее квадратическое отклонение. My goodness. Среднее квадратическое. It kind of makes sense, right? Среднее is middle, квадратическое is like squared, and отклонение. I have no clue what that word means, but it is not. It doesn't have the word etalon in it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, standard deviation used interchangeably between. My goodness, this is okay. And стандартное отклонение. Стандартное отклонение and среднее квадратическое отклонение. So, okay. Okay. You see, I first saw the word среднее квадратическое and I was intimidated by it. And I read it, it felt okay. So, it's just like in mathematics. Sometimes you see a crazy new subject and the notations and the diagrams looks absolutely insane, but if you actually practice, it's actually not that terrible. Okay, etalon, standard. Plodna. Plodna is densely. Densely. Is it? Do you use this word when you describe, say, the rational is dense in R? The standard, sorry, not the standard, but basically the well-known theorem, Q is dense in R. Do you use this word, plodna, or some variation of it? Q is dense in R. By that we mean for all A, B in R, if A is less than B, that means there exists Q in the set rational such that A is less than Q, less than B. Draw a picture. This is the real line. A, B, A is less than B. There's a Q in big Q. Q is dense. Do you use that word, plodna, to describe Q is dense in R? Anyway, so that's a new word for me, plodna. Lupa. So this is surprisingly easy. Lupa is just a loop. Okay, lupa. Luna is moon. Luna is just moon. Okay, and polo. Polo is semi, hemi, half. Polo. Polo. Semi is a suffix. Semi. Semi. So how do you say a semi-sphere or hemisphere in Russian? Let me just find an example for that. Semi, hemisphere. Hemisphere, say, по-русски полушарие. Do you see? The suffix shows up. Полушарие. Полушарие. Полусфера. Полушарие. Okay, great. Okay, great. Awesome. Полушарие. Полушарие. Hemisphere. Полушарие или полусфера. Okay, that's awesome. Polo. Polo. And lastly, we have полтора. Полтора is 1.5. Полтора. Interesting. Russian have a separate word for that, right? You see, 1.5 has a unique Russian word. Полтора. 1.5. Okay. Okay, more words. I might need to make some sort of flashcard for myself to memorize all these new words, but let's try again. Lampa, lampa, sorry, not lampa. Lampa is how you say it in Russian. Lampa, plan, mala, dala, etalon, plotna. Plotna is densely. Okay, plotna, plotna. Mala, not mala. Mala is little, right? Mala is small. Mala, lupa, luna, polo, polo aftermath. Polo aftermath is like semi-auto machine. Polo aftermath. Polo aftermath. It didn't have the translation in the text. Polo aftermath probably as an example. Polo aftermath. What on earth is a polo aftermath? Is that a computer science term? I suspect. Russian. Hang on. Polo aftermath. The semi-automatic. Okay. Okay. Is it so? It's an adverb. I saw polo aftermath is supposed to be like a noun, right? Aftermath is a machine. Okay. Semi-automatic. That's an adjective. Polo aftermath. Let's see. Is this some kind of this kind of device, huh? Полуавтоматическая сварка. Okay, no other language? What on earth is this? That's not a term in Russian math. Okay, great. Yes, semi-auto. Thank you, Vladislav. Okay. Oh, yeah. It's saying Q is dense in R because every real number is a rational limit point of rational, equivalent to your definition. Yes, yes, yes. This is elementary version of the statement, right? So you have a general density of density in a metric space. Yes. So not a term in Russian math. It's just semi-automatic. Okay. Okay. Спасибо, Vyacheslav. Okay. My goodness. That's a lot of new words. Okay. I would say the last one is, you know, pata, how do you say potara? Potara. One and a half. Potara. Okay. Take some used to. Okay, great. All right. So my brain is starting to hurt. I guess that's pretty much expected with all these new words and new definitions and whatever, just like in math. Okay, more exercise. Well, more words. Well, this is getting intense. Exercise 20. Read the Russian word. Mind the pronunciation of the sound R and L at the end of each word. Okay, so we have tor, rotor, 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 nabor, 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 отбор, отбор, отбор. Okay, new word. So many new words. After, I know this one. This is author. After, after, after. So the v sound is softened. It's like f, after, after. L, mal, dal, обладал, обладал, обладал. Подобрал, подобрал, подобрал. Okay? Подобрал, подобрал. Работал. So I suspect some of these are a conjugated version. Right? This is a conjugated version, like past tense. Работал. Работал. All right. So meaning. Nabor is collection, set. Wow, this is important. Nabor is collection, set. I only knew множество as for set. We have a catchphrase. Полтора землекопа. Which is usually used when kids make mistake in exercise that it should make sense, and when the answer should be a number of people and got a fraction. Oh, okay, I see. Interesting. There's a catchphrase for that. That's cool. Nabor is collection, set. This is important. Отбор selection. Отбор selection. Okay. And after is author. Author. Mal is small. We've seen that earlier. Mal is small. Dal, he has given. He has given. Um, from what I learned, this is called like a perfective aspect or something like that. Okay, anyway, continue. Обладал, he possessed. Обладал. Обладал, he possessed. Masculine singular past tense. He possessed. He possessed. All right. Подобрал. Sorry. Подобрал. Yes, that's correct. Подобрал. He has selected. Подобрал. He has selected. He has selected. All right. Еще раз. Let's do it again. Набор, отбор, автор, мал, дал, обладал, подобрал. Подобрал. Okay, so now we have a little grammar section. Let me just give the screenshot because that's a lot of words. Here, grammar says the formation of the past tense in the Russian language. The past tense is formed by adding a suffix L to the base of the infinitive. Dal, работ. Sorry, this is feminine, right? Работала, работала. Most verbs in the infinitive form have the suffix ch at the end. In the Russian verbs, the past tense agree in number and gender with the noun which they modify. Okay, verbs coordinated with masculine nouns end in L. Работал, like he worked. Verbs coordinated with feminine nouns end in A. Она работала. She worked. Verbs coordinated with neuter nouns end in O. Оно работало. Оно работало. Verbs coordinated with plural nouns have other ending. It will be mentioned later. Changing the gender of the verb. I feel like I'm reading these English with a Russian accent. Sorry about that. Okay, I need to read it normally. Changing the gender of the verb in the past tense may involve shifting the stress on the ending. Dal, dala, dalo. I see. Dal, because this is only one syllable. Dala, syllable is shifted. Dalo. Okay, great. Verb conjugation. Okay, so now we will do some verb conjugation exercise. Exercise: form verbs of feminine and neuter gender from the verbs of masculine gender in the past tense. Okay. Chat says, подобрать conveys more finding struggles, like inventing something or so. For just selection, we typically use выбрать, or like choose or взять. Right? It's election is выбор, something like that. How do you say election in Russian? I believe it's some what I just said, but I'm not sure. Election.
Выборы.
Выборы. Okay. Yeah, I kind of remember. Выборы is election. It's similar to just choose, right? Выбрать. Election. And actually, the mathematics for election is surprisingly complicated. So you might think, oh, election just count the votes, right? What's so complicated about it? Let me just find the right literature. So it's called a mathematical theory of democracy. Yes, this one. This one. This is an actual book, Mathematical Theory of Democracy. Relatively new, I believe. Yeah. So it's I it's actually very dense. Maybe we can take a look at some part of it. Theory, direct democracy. Is there a preview for that? Hang on. Maybe zoom in this way. No, I want to see the math, man. I want to see the math. Yeah, anyway, so if you're interested in mathematics of social science, go check out this book, Mathematical Theory of Democracy. I believe written by a Russian scientist, actually. Yeah, this guy, I think he did a lot of election math. A Soviet Armenian German mathematician. Now, this person, graduated from Yekmat. See, mathematical theory, democracy, voting method, decision theory, inequality, all done mathematically. Very cool. Okay, let's do some exercises. Exercises. We're now at 21. Wow, exercise 21. 21 is. I forgot how to say 21. How do you say 21 in Russian?
21.
21. So literally is 20 and 1. Okay. 21. Got it. Okay. Anyway, so exercise 21, упражнение 21. Okay, so we have all these nouns. This is the masculine version on, она, оно. Okay. Думал, think. Думал, think. Она would be думала. Думала. And оно would be думало. Or ending. All right. So the next one is volnaval. Volnaval. El naval. He worried. It worried. On naval. On naval. Volnaval. Она would be volnavala. Volnavala. Okay. I hope the stress stays the same place. Volnavala, and for feminine. Volnavala. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Подобрал. Подобрал. But what is подобрал again? I forgot. Подобрал he has selected. Подобрал. 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 Подобрала. Feminine. Подобрала. Оно would be подобрала again. Oh, sorry, I forgot this should be or. Подобрала. 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 Neuter gender. And let's continue. Работал. 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 That's he worked. Работала. 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 Работала for neuter. All right. And hablador, he has given. Hablador. Hablador. Sorry, he hit. Anyway, so actually, sorry, my bad. I missed a word. The word hit is badao. Babao. 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 Она попала. Попала. Оно попало. Okay? And habladao is habladao is he has given. Habladola. Habla habladala. 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 And habladala for the neuter gender. Habladala. Okay. And dao, da, sorry, this one needs to shift the stress. Yeah, da, da la, da lo, da lo. Okay, exercise done. So do it one more time. Думал, думала, думала. Волновал, 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 волновала, волновала. Подобрал, подобрал, подобрала, подобрала. Работа, работала, работала. Chat says, it seems there is no difference between your pronunciation. Is it? Because I don't know. Like, I can't tell. Because I know, like, it's supposed to be on, like, a short R and regular R. Vladislav, sorry about that. I really don't know, actually. I can only tell, because when I do listening, I couldn't tell the difference between those two either. Let's try. See. Sorry. Let me fix that. Okay. More, or maybe try to tell the difference this time. Because when I first learned it, I couldn't tell. I thought law and la. If you just say things like, if you just pronounce the word on them own, I couldn't tell the difference. Say, let's say, he worked. She worked. She worked.
Она работала.
Let's crank up the sound.
Она работала.
Она работала. Okay, it worked. It worked. So I need оно. Оно. No, because I still haven't figured out how to use the Cyrillic keyboard. Sorry. Ra, o, da, lo. Yeah. Okay, guys, help me out. It worked.
Оно работало. Оно работало.
How can you tell the difference between the O ending and the R ending? I mean, I try to be as accurate as possible. You know, you can just say, oh, I don't need this. It's like when you study math, you say, oh, I don't need this theorem, and you skip that, and you don't need this, and then this is how you get cheat hole foundation. Right? So let's just tell the difference.
Оно работало. Она работала.
My God, this is so hard to tell. You know, in Russian, it's quite subtle. It has to do with historical reason and the fall of reduced vowels. The law has to be lower. Okay, okay. I guess I'll have to do more listening. I have to do more listening to tell, because it's difficult to just say it myself and try to improve that way, right? You guys are helping me a lot in chat. I just need more actual audio examples. if you guys have joined my Discord server, the reason I started this is actually quite interesting. I got a video recommendation on my YouTube feed. It's a 4-hour video in Russian on understanding Perelman's proof of the Poincare conjecture. Yeah, if you guys go to my Discord server, there's a lot of fun to be had there. So yeah, I was like, because earlier there was a video. It's a Korean guy. A Korean guy posted a video on proving the Fermat's last theorem from scratch, from the beginning. So it was 8 hours. It was an 8-hour video. I know it's insane. And I didn't. I mean, it didn't. I clicked on that video and I didn't watch all the way through. Let's be honest. I didn't. I didn't do that because I'm still, like, my background in number theory is rather weak. Okay, I only know the most basic numbers theory. Still, but anyway, after I click on that video, YouTube keep pushing me a long form math video, including one in Russian, on understanding Perelman's proof of the Poincare conjecture. So there was a person in my Discord server who reposted the 8-hour Fermat last theorem link there. I was like, I suspect one day you'll see a multi-hour video on Perelman's proof of the Poincare conjecture. And then the next day, it got recommended to me in Russian. I was like, wow, it might be worthwhile picking up Russian, huh? And now I'm on vacation. I might as well just review some Russian. And I mean, I didn't learn it like seriously during COVID. It was mostly an activity to kill time during that period, and you know what? I kind of liked it. So, and here we are. Who is that devil that sent you that video in Discord? I can't remember a name. Yeah, but if you guys aren't in my Discord yet, I strongly recommend you go check it out because we have lots of awesome discussion there, and if you have problems you wish to discuss, because we have actually a very diverse community. For example, I don't know much about, say, theoretical computer science and or abstract algebra. So my algebra background and as well as number theory background is rather weak, but there's still, I think there are a few active members in my Discord who know a lot about them. So yeah, it's a great place to hang out. Anyway, let's continue. So there we go. Now we have more mathematical expressions. Okay, exercise 22, упражнение 22. Read the words and memorize the pronunciation of the Latin and Greek letters and mathematical expression in the Russian language. Okay, so R and R is just R. Okay, and the letter Rho in the Greek letter is Rho. And the gradient symbol is nabla. I mean, we do say nabla in English as well. The gradient symbol in calculus, nabla. Vector calculus, divergence, curl, gradient, right? That's kind of saying Laplacian, nabla. Okay, and this one, rot is rotor. Vector calculus. A equals B, A равно P. A равно P. Is it a saying? I remember there's like a colloquialism in Russian. It's like saying you don't care. Oh, you already sent some handwriting to a Discord yesterday already. Oh, my goodness, did I miss that? Sorry. Okay. I'll check it out later. Okay. So yeah. Thank you so much. So yeah, I was saying I'll do the Discord. I'll read the Discord later. But basically, here, um, as I was saying. Oh, actually, I forgot. Yeah. Remind me of a. I think I've saw, I've read, I heard a colloquialism in Russian. It's like I don't care. You say "все равно." It's like everything is equal, right? Everything is the same. "Все равно." So A equals B, A равно B. Um, so uh, exercise, next exercise 23. Read the mathematical expression. Actually, I don't think I've seen those earlier in the text. Okay, so first you have this expression u equals rot v. Okay, the next one is partial derivative df over dv equals u of ab. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. So you say мне все равно, like I don't care. Df equals beta du, second equation, the third equation. Fifth equation, p of ab, f equals f of uv. And finally, you have the gradient symbol. Right? Gradient is defined as d over du, d over dv. Yeah. Okay. So exercise 23, we need to read this. U равно ротор v. U равно U равно ротор v. Okay. Okay. How do you read this in? It's embarrassing. I don't even know how to read this in English. Is this df dv? Is this df dv or partial f partial v? In LaTeX you write partial f. I mean, it's kind of weird to handwrite LaTeX, right? Frac, curly bracket, partial f, partial v. I know people who pronounce it as partial f, partial v. I just never got used to it. Is it just dv over df over dv? Because remember, this is an actual font of the Russian de. It's an actual font of the Russian de. So I'm just gonna treat it as de. So de f na de v. English it can be del f. I heard that too. Yeah, de f na de v. dv равно u at a b. So faster. df на dv равно u at a b. Next up, df equals beta du. df равно beta du. Okay, in Russian we sadly don't have distinction in reading between partial f and dv. That's okay. Just there. Okay, that's okay. no, sorry, here. df равно df равно beta du. Try again. df равно beta du. Next up, p at ab равно f at u v. Once again, p at ab равно f at uv. Lastly, you have nabla равно de nabla равно de no de na de na de u de na de v. Okay. Vladislav says, isn't it delta? Delta is the upside down triangle. Delta. This is like a finite difference. Right? By the way, this notation, delta y over delta x, is due to Euler. Oh, there's so many things due to Euler, right? But this is the standard finite difference ratio, right? Finite difference. No, it's due to Euler. Oh, you wrote, okay, my bad. Not nabla. Okay, thank you. Nabla. I made a mistake. I made a mistake here. Nabla. No wonder it looks weird. Nabla равно t на tu t на tv. I found it in the Russian wiki. In Russian wiki it says this is delta. Probably not, right? Delta is delta. In Russian is delta, right? The L is with a мягкий знак. Delta. Okay, anyway, so I think this is, no, it does not say so. Okay, fine. I'll take the textbook for it. Okay, so textbook says nabla, I will say nabla. Okay, so we have half an hour left. We started from 7:30. Want to do another half an hour. 2 hours practice is enough for me. A lot of new vocabularies. Okay, so now let's do some new consonants. New consonant 1.7. The consonant letters G, little G like this. Ka. This is ka and ha. Ka. Okay. The consonants ka, g, h are the only letters in the Russian language designating a sound very similar to English analog. Really? Okay. I thought the L was pretty much identical. The letter G symbolizes the articulated G almost the same way as English G in good. So let's practice. Ga, go, gu, ge. Go, gu, ge, ga. Gu, ge, ga, go. Okay, and k sound. K, this one is also very easy. Ka, ko, ku, ke. Okay, and ko, ku, ke, ka. Ku, ke, ka, ko. Ku, ke, ka, ko. Ha, ho, hu, he. Ho, hu, he, ha. Hu, he, ha, ho. Ho. Okay, so these are the new consonants, which are relatively easy. So here we had exercise 24, упражнение 24. Read the letter combinations. 1. Gma, gma, gmu, gmu, gda, gdu, kva, kvo, kva, kvo, kvo. All right. Second, tno, tnu. Nka, 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 nko. Due to some Soviet film, the slang ku is used as привет. No, although not all would understand. Ku? If you greet someone, you say ku. Okay, that's a little odd, huh? It's just a single. I mean, English you say hi. What does that even mean, right? So ku, I guess, is fair. But I'll just stick to привет, здравствуйте, that kind of more standard vocabulary. Onk, onak, onak. 3 is aunt, ont, tka, tko, tku, tku, tku. Ankt, ankt, unkt, unkt. 4 is tcha, tcho, tcho, bcha. What a weird combination. Never seen this, but once again, what do I know, right? Bcha, bcho, kta, kto. These are actually words. Kta, kto, who, right? I don't know about kta, but kto is who. Kto is who. Maybe kta is like declined version. Be careful in the pronunciation of letter combination n, k, like this one. It should be articulated with the tip of the tongue touching the front teeth and the central part of the tongue raised to the hard palate. Nk, nk. Okay. All right. So exercise 25. Упражнение 25. Read the words. Oh wow, new words. Many new words today. Read the words. Remember that the voice consonants at the end of a word are pronounced like voiceless consonants. Okay. So, for example, this one, gод, means year. Vod means input. Довод, a new word to me. Довод, hot, подход, 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 обход, обход, круг, I know this one, the circle, круг, куб, кот, Almost sound like cat, but quad. Forward. Forward. Analog. 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 Vklad. 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 Трубка. 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 Tube. In what it is essential to say the double v. What? Oh, sorry. Yeah, otherwise I sound like what. Yes, I struggle with double consonant and just connecting consonants in general, I think. So what, right? So there's a effort to pronounce the first v. You know, as an English speaker, if you it's double F sounds like exactly like single F, like sufficient. There's no distinction less if you just put one F there. Sufficient. So in Russian, it seems to me that the pronunciation is very strict. If something is written, then it must be pronounced, which is a good thing for beginners. So what, like that. Let me try that. Okay. So translation. Thankfully, Google allows this. Sorry. Right.
Вот.
What? What about double T? Harry Potter. If you just use single T, I don't think it will change the pronunciation. It's just completely random. Harry Potter. Well, in English, you have Mary. Like the word Mary can be a name, just with one R. And also, well, double R is also a name, but also the act of marrying someone, right? It's completely the same. So, yeah, take some get used to. I think I'll put a highlight here. Вот, like this. Vanna, vanna, double N. Right? Without the double N, it sounds like vanna, right? So, with double N, it should be vanna. With a double V, you should pronounce the first V. Вот, 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 like that. Okay, so hopefully I improved a little bit. Okay, let's take a look at the meaning. God is year, not God, okay? Is year. So for example, it's this year is 2026 is 2026, but it has to conjugate, right? So year 2026, that will be, do you use, okay, how do you conjugate that? Year 2000, oops, English, Russian, year 2026. Oh, just quote. Really?
2026 год.
Okay, just quote. Okay, good. 2026 год. I still шестой. 2026 год. Okay. Anyway, thanks a lot. Довод. Довод is reason argument. Довод. Довод. Argument. It's terrible. Looks terrible. Okay. Довод is reason and argument. Подход is approach. So I think a lot of word with hot has to do with like road, path, because it kind of makes sense, right? It's the word walk is ходить, so probably connected. Подход. Badhot is approach. Abhot is circle. Abhot is circle. Okay? Same as krug, huh? Sorry, this is circuit, not circle. Circuit. Abhot, circuit. Krug is circle. Okay? Kub is just cube. Easy. Code is code. Computer code, probably. Analog. Oh, sorry, not analog, but analog. Analog. In English, it's the first syllable straight. In English, is analog. In Russian, is analog. 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 I suppose the same pattern continues with the word analysis, like real analysis would be, I guess, I mean, in Russian, there's probably, is there a name for real analysis or simply analysis? I know, like, the word calculus don't exist in Russian, apparently. You guys don't call the study of, let's, derivative integrals and all of that, like calculus. It's just analysis, right? Tell me if there's such a word called calculus in Russian, because if you just search calculus, the Russian version would be Russian, по-русски, mathematический анализ. There's no word called calculus in Russian. Because calculus is kind of it's so broad, right? Calculus is on its own does not mean much, right? In everyday language, we also say, okay, действительный анализ, but also means calculus. Действительный анализ. Okay, so it's like, yeah, real действительный. So, the word calculus is so weird because the word calculus, you also use it in everyday sense just to mean how to calculate things, but calculate exactly what, right? You can say in mathematics is all about calculating, perhaps not, but a huge part of mathematics is just calculation, but calculating what, right? Calculus, of course, refers to a very specific kind of calculation. Slopes, area, that kind of stuff. Tangents, that sort of thing. But I don't know why we use the name calculus. It's so broad that it means almost nothing. It's like during business negotiation. Say, if the other party proposes a different deal. Say, if the deal initially wasn't super attractive, but later on the other party decided to, say, pay more or provide extra benefits and conditions, something like that. You can say, oh, this changes the calculus. Right? Yeah, this changes the calculus. It's like it changes how you calculate costs and benefits. You say that a lot in regular business English. This changes the calculus. So the word calculus on its own is so broad that it's almost meaningless, right? Mathematical analysis, on the other hand, has a very specific meaning. I mean, even though it is still a very wide subject, right? You can say that mathematical analysis, I think in a Russian context, mathematical analysis just means regular calculus, perhaps advanced calculus, like in a Western understanding. So, yeah, but overall analysis is, mathematical analysis constitutes things like real analysis, complex analysis, functional analysis, measures theory, and so on. All right, analog and vklad. Vklad is contribution. Vklad is contribution. Glad. Трубка. Трубка is tube. Is tube. So this evening, I'm actually going to see some actual Russian text, but I mean not in Russian. I just want to, because right now you see, like my language skill is rather rudimentary. I don't want the difficulty of the language to interact with the difficulty of subject matter themselves. But we will see a book of Russian origin and read some of it, just like how we do like every other stream, like tensors and measures and all that kind of stuff. And if you want, you can join me. I don't know like what is the time now in Russian. I don't know. Like I suspect the there are few guys in the chat are actually living in Russia right now. What is the Moscow time? It's 4 p.m. It's 4:18 p.m. So let's say if I stream at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Toronto time to Moscow time is 2 a.m. Well, that's too early. But anyway, I'll do it regardless because, well, I just felt like doing it. So this evening I'll take a look at Russian complex analysis written by Markushevich. So if you guys are interested, so go check those out. So my plan is to take a look at a book by Markushevich called The Theory of Analytic Function, a brief course. Because Markushevich also has a more expanded version, which is massive, over 1,000 pages. Analytic function. So, Theory of Analytic Function, a brief course. Which I think is worth checking. As far as I know, Markushevich's text is like the standard in the Soviet Union and, well, Eastern European or just Soviet influenced institution. So this one. But this one is a more condensed version. This one is a more condensed version called the Theory of Analytic Function. Theory of Analytic Functions, a brief course by Mir publisher, Moscow. I don't know if this publisher still exists, but they have a lot of great ones, great books, just amazing stuff. Old Soviet style. You see, the font is also quite interesting, and I don't think I can find a LaTeX version for the font. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be taking a look at this one this evening, around 7 p.m. or so. But still, a little bit digression because I'm getting tired. Yeah, and my place is I live in Russia, so it's Moscow time. Sorry if you can't catch it. Okay, because this afternoon I'll be doing some tensor stuff, and this evening I'll be doing some complex variables. What a fantastic vacation, man! Oh, no sarcasm. Okay, this is pure truth. Exercise 26. Exercise 26. So we have more words. We'll finish this part and we'll call it a day, actually, because that's too many words for one lesson already. Okay, so exercise 26, упражнение 26. Wake up at 5 a.m. Man, you're crazy. Well, if you wake up at 5 p.m., chances are I will still be streaming at that time. Because it says 7 p.m. converts to 2 a.m. And if you wake up at 5 a.m., I will still be streaming. Usually the math stream goes like 4 hours, and the language stream goes like 2 hours. So, let's go. Okay. So, here we're reading words with connecting consonants. K, t. We have кто, fakt, which is unfortunate because it sounds like English bad word, but this is how it is. Fakt means fact. Compact, compact, compact. Good to know it's the same in Russian. Kontakt, kontakt, kontakt. Contact, probably. Traktat, traktat, traktat. Punkt, 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 punkt. Okay, this is new to me. Punkt. Okay, let's first finish reading, then take a look at the meaning. Gde together. Тогда. Тогда is like then, right? Тогда. Когда is when. Тогда. Тогда, speaking of which, когда. Когда is when. Когда. GN. GN is GN. We have one example. Vag. Sorry, vag. To. Вогната. Вогната. Sorry, вогната. Вогната. Didn't know this one. And there we also have contact. 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 Yes. Contact. Quant. That's Soviet magazine. Quant. Quant. Edited by Andrei Kolmogorov and Pyotr Kapitsa, I believe. Oh, you read U as O. Sorry, my bad. Вогнута. Вогнута. Вогнуta. Вогнута. Sorry. Вогнута. Because this word is new to me. It's concave. Oh, wow. Amazing. This mathematical word. Concave. Quant is quantum. Actually, I would say my immediate goal, more immediate, I'm immediate in the sense that, okay, in the sense that the kind of Russian books I aim to understand are quant. You guys probably know what I'm talking about, but just in case, I mentioned it in the first stream, but basically there was this magazine in the Soviet Union and later also I think continued, right? It continued, called Quant. It's a Russian popular science magazine in physics and mathematics, founded in 1970. The print version ended in 2011, but now it's still online only publication in 2011. So it was introduced by Pyotr Kapitsa. Its chief editors were physicist Isaac Koykin, Isaac my goodness. Oh, how can I read this? How can I read this? So Isaac Kikoin is a Soviet physicist and author of physics textbook in Russian language. Okay, interesting. Played a role in the Soviet nuclear weapons program. And Kolmogorov. So yeah, for example, if you go to the archive webpage, these are old quant. If you go to the first issue, 1970. So here, this is the first article, I believe. This is all articles. Okay, this is all the articles. yeah, I aim to read this. This should be understandable when it comes to the actual math and physics content. It will be good practice. So I aim to understand this. Okay, so you see, I like this a lot because unlike Western popular science, quant doesn't seem to water down the content. Western popular science tend to attract a wider audience to make things fun and whatnot, and uses a lot of analogies, animations, which are interesting on their own, but still, like if you're actually interested in the actual math, they tend to shy away from it because they're afraid this will scare people away. Because, you know, um, um, but in quant is very rigorous, right? This one, Что такое функция by Kolmogorov. It says in this article, can I zoom in? Yeah, here. In this article, it explains the modern general understanding of the word functions. This article is not for lecture reading. Right. So, yeah, there's that. You see, it started from actual math and different representation of a function, some real-world example, and this is a general understanding, the modern set theoretic definition of a function. High school level stuff. Okay, so I should be able to understand the actual math content. It will be good language practice. All right, so I think I was getting a little bit too tired to read the rest of the words, so we'll continue this next time. But yeah, this is absolutely amazing. And I think we, in the West, we have a lot to learn from this. This is still like, it's such a great enrichment source. It's funny that Isaac, we would read it with a single as a name, like Isaac, like stress on the ah. Isaac. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this should be understandable from a purely technical standpoint. I think so. That's why I think it's a good source to practice the language. All right. So that's it for now. Okay, not for today, because today there are actually 2 more streams coming. I know I'm insane. And again, I'm on vacation. So thank you very much for joining the stream. And in particular, thank you very much for correcting my understanding and pronunciation. You guys have been awesome, seriously, because seriously, I'm not just being I'm trying to placate my viewers, right? Because this is genuine. This is real stuff. It would be extremely difficult for me to get private tutoring or something like that in real life. Although I know I probably can't, but still, it costs me at least $50 an hour, at least. And I get help for free. This is insane. Thank you guys again. Thank you very much for watching. If you're interested, tonight, starting around 7 p.m., we will do a work through, starting to work through some Russian complex analysis. This is extremely rigorous, by the way, but still, what I like about the Soviet approach is that even though the math can be very abstract, very rigorous, it's very uncompromising, it still keeps the physical intuition alive. Whereas in, for example, a Western classic, I'm not trying to poo-poo on Western mathematics in general, but just the presentation itself tend to be segregated between pure and applied mathematics. For example, this one by Western standard, this should be like a textbook for pure mathematics. But here you will see things like hydrodynamical or hydromechanical interpretation of analytic function, which is awesome. is awesome because the meaning of a complex derivative is very different from a real derivative. Don't forget to check out handwriting. Yes, I will. I will. Actually, you know what? Let's do it now. The Discord server. Which channel? Which channel here? Oh, right. Sorry. Всем привет. Printed letters. Awesome. Awesome. Got it. Thank you so much. Love it. Cursive. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. This is awesome. This is awesome. I actually, you know what? I never seen writing from an actual person. All I've seen are like templates from Wikipedia. Thank you. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you, Tep. Thank you. Okay, I'll heart it right away. My goodness. How could I? More reaction. Do we have more reaction? Like, yeah. Okay, thank you.